Hey guys, what's up? Cable Downing here, and today we have a new optic from Osight. Believe it or not, they made a new one, and this one should answer some questions or some concerns, not questions, but concerns that some people have had with the charging cover. This doesn't have a charging cover. It utilizes a side-loaded battery tray. So let's get into some of the features. This is a little bit different than the regular Osight S, so let's get into those features and let's talk about it real quick. First off, yes, Osight did send me this. I actually saw that they were coming out with this and I requested it because I really do like my Osights. I have one right here that I have on one of my carry guns. This one has the top, not top loaded, but the top magnetic charger cover, right? So you throw your little charger cover on there. This one doesn't match in color, but it's the same thing. Sits on there, lights up, tells you what the battery level is, and it will charge up your unit. Huge fan. Absolutely love how this thing works. Some people have had issues in the past with that hood charger cover messing or not being lined up right. If you have rear iron sights, it just kind of got in the way. They fixed that with their, I believe it's like their second generation of those hoods. I never had that problem really. It wasn't an issue, but some people had that problem. Also, there is concern that if you, and I had this concern too, if you lose your battery charger, that cover charger, well, now you're kind of out of luck. Like maybe you can buy a replacement or get a replacement, but until then, your optics, there's no way to charge it. So, Osight heard those complaints, they heard those issues, and they obviously fixed it. So I'm gonna take this thing off this spinny dooby, because that's gonna be a little bit annoying. But let's move this thing out of the way. They fix that by making a traditional side-loaded battery system. This uses, I believe it's a 1620 battery, just like a regular side-loaded tray, like most of the other optics in this kind of size and field are. And they did side-loaded, and I've said that 16 times, try not to say it anymore, instead of a bottom-loaded. So the benefit of this is you still don't have to lose your zero when you go to charge your optic. Well, you don't charge this optic, but you load your battery. So you get this guy loaded up. It's got a full fresh battery in there. You go sight it in, shoot it, however long it's gonna last. It has ranges between like 40 to 70,000 hours. It's a crazy runtime, and that's probably with the shake awake and all that kind of stuff on. My experience with these sights is not this one particular because I just opened this up today, but these style sights, they will last you like 6 months or so. I mean, the way that I run them, they'll last you at least that long, if not a year. It all depends on how long, what setting you have. If you have it on shake awake, don't have it on shake awake. So generally what people do is they pick a specific date of the month of the year, whether that is your birthday or some holiday or something like that, and you just change out your batteries. That's how I do it. That's how a lot of other people do it. That's just a good way to go about doing that. But you do need to change your batteries out on this one, and there's no way to check like the other optic, the other S model. There is no way to check the battery level. The other one had the plus and minus buttons here on the side. You could push the button and it would give you a little LED indicator. This one doesn't have that because it uses a traditional battery, not an onboard battery that's built into the system. So pros and cons. It's pros and cons. This is very traditional. The other one's not so traditional, but some people really like the traditional kind of stuff. Let's get into some of the other features because this is slightly different. Does not have all the bells and whistles as the original S model. So let's get into some of these features real quick. All right, some of the stuff that is the same. This is a enclosed and sealed optic. Keeps all that debris and junk and stuff out. It's got the side-loaded battery tray. We've already talked about that. Aspherical Lens System. This provides clear, parallax-free, minimum astigmatism vision for precise targeting. I do have astigmatism, and there is a little bit going on there, but it is not, I don't know why I'm looking through there. Battery's not in, but I've looked through there before, and there's a little bit of stuff going on, but it just depends on your astigmatisms. If it's that bad, not that bad. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. No better, no worse than any other red dot that I've used before. You have a 2 MOA dot, a 32 MOA circle, and you can adjust those between circle only, dot only, or circle dot combo. It has motion sensing activation, which goes off after 3 minutes, or you can just turn that feature off if you just want this thing to stay on the entire time. All right, you can toggle off the motion sensing by pressing the minus button, holding that for 3 seconds, and it's going to blink at you. Whenever it blinks at you twice, the motion sensing has been disabled. So if you want to run this as just a on all the time optic, which some people really like to do that, they don't want to rely on technology, even though this is a red dot. Some people like to do that. I'll do it for testing and stuff sometimes, but I've never beat the optic, like actually presenting the gun and beating the optic and it didn't turn on, right? It's always been on. All it takes is just to barely touch and the thing turns on. So if you're walking around with it like in a holster, it's gonna be on the whole time anyway, so. All right, so your advertised run times, if you have the Circle dot, that's about 46 to 47,000 hours. If you have the dot by itself, that's about 75,000 hours. And if you have the Circle by itself, that is about 50,000 hours. All of those are pretty decent, good run times. I just do the dot. I don't like the Circle or the Circle dot. I find that's just a little bit too much going on. Just a nice crisp dot. That's what I like to run, and they last. These batteries last for a long time. I don't know about this one because, like I said, I just opened this one, but there are other optics that I've used. They last for a good long time. It's got a 1 meter drop rating, an IPX7 water rating. I don't even know what those things are. We've dropped this thing before. We've actually busted the seal on here by dropping it on ice and stuff. And guess what? Our zero not only didn't shift, whenever I shot my confirmation group, after the seal was busted and there were water droplets inside, my group size shrank. The zero didn't shift, but the group size shrank. I don't even know what that means. It's just, that doesn't make any sense to me. So that's why I'm very confident and actually carry and use these optics. I've used them, I've shot them, I've dropped them, I've done all those things within reason. I mean, I could smash this with a hammer, but you could take an RMR and smash that with a hammer and actually break it. I mean, if you want to break something, you can break something. But in practical, actual, applicable situations, I have not had one of these things fail on me. Where I have had other optics in this same price point fickle out on me, right? The light, you know, goes sparkly and then it just dies, right? And then there's warranties, and if other companies have, speaking of warranties, they do have a lifetime warranty, which again, they're just knocking out excuses of why people hate these things. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I know they're made in China and people really don't like that, but for what you're paying for and what you're getting, this is pretty dang good, in my opinion. Something that is different is on the SE model, there is no light sensor auto dimming feature. That older S model on the left there, that has the little light sensor. You can see that below the lens. The SE model does not have that feature. So if you are interested in one of these things, I've got a couple links for you guys below. I might get a kickback from it. I'm not exactly sure 100% or not, but you do get a discount, right? So I will have an Amazon link and an Olightstore link down below if you want to go check these things out. They have a sale running. I believe it ends on the 4th, and I'm supposed to post this video here on the 4th, so I'm not sure how long that sale really is going to be going. But yeah, there's a discount. It'll show them that people are actually watching the video and, you know, interacting and stuff. So it keeps the channel going. It's a good way to support me if you want to do so. But if you want to go check one of these things out, I mean, they're on Amazon. They're not that hard to get. Something else, attention to detail. I mention this every single time that I do one of these videos. Their screws, right? Their mounting screws come in a case, not stupid little Ziploc bags. This is an attention to detail that shows me they're actually thinking and they're actually interested in people being able to utilize their stuff, not just have 15 different dime size, you know, Ziploc baggies that are not labeled, that just fall around and you get lost all the time. This is fantastic, right? And also it came with 2 extra battery tray screws, these teeny tiny little screws, which I have lost these screws on other optics. They might wiggle their way out and stuff. The battery tray is pretty secure, so if you do happen to lose that screw, it might stay in for a little bit. But you get 2 extra screws if you ever lose the one that comes with it. So there's 3. There's 3 screws included in this set. Again, attention to detail. That shows me a company that is willing to provide you with the appropriate needed materials, like all these extra screws and then all the screws for your battery tray. They're willing to do that instead of have you call in for warranty and then they ship you one when you need it, or you could buy another one, but it's cheap so you can buy it. No, they just provide it to you anyway. That's something that other big name companies don't all the time do. I'm just gonna throw that out there. That's it, all right? If you guys are interested, go check it out. I'm extremely excited about this. This is going to replace my Holosun next time I go out and shoot, because I need to get it zeroed to make sure it's on. I'm not just gonna put that on my gun and then start carrying my gun without zeroing it. I got to go out and actually shoot this thing. But this is replacing my Holosun. That's how much I have faith in these things. And I know this sounds like a spiel, and I really don't care. This is me talking to hypothetical me in the multiverse, whatever. This is a step forward, depending on how you look at it. I like the battery charging on top, but they did away with that on this specific model. That way you don't have excuses. If you want to run standard batteries, go run your standard batteries. If you want to use the charger hood, then get the regular S model. That's it. All right, I hope you found that interesting. I hope you found it helpful. Let me know what you guys think. If you want to hate on the product, go hate on the product. But really, if you have experience with these things, I would love to hear from people who actually have experience, not just hearsay. They had a buddy whose uncle used one of these things. But do you have experience with these, and how has it worked for you? I would love to go in the comments and talk about that down below. Again, we got the links and stuff down below the video. Go check it out. Y'all be good to be safe. I appreciate you, and hopefully we'll catch you guys next time. See ya.